Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. And for today's episode, we've back in the lively Liverpool series, and we've got a match against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. Of course, it's a huge game in and of itself, but we do have to, of course, go through the fixtures that we showed before, and we can have a quick look at the league table as well. But obviously, you know, Manchester City have Carlo Ancelotti as their manager, so it's going to be nice to try and get one over him. But yeah, let's have a quick look at the league table. So you can see that we are in third place with 53 points. A game in hand though to both Southampton and Tottenham, who are ahead of us. And of course, if we win that game in hand, we will be just 2 points off the top of Tottenham, who of course managed to overtake Southampton. So we just need to continue capitalizing on these other teams who will eventually certainly drop points. So it's not as poor as before in terms of whether we can win the league or not. It's still very possible, but we will have to win our games in charge first. Anyways, in terms of the schedule, so first game you know that we showed you last time was Arsenal, and of course that was a difficult game, but we managed to end 3-2 loss. We bounced back against Middlesbrough with a 5-0 win with James Rodriguez, and Kent scoring a brace as well with Rigi getting on the score sheet. In terms of West Brom, though, a nice 3-0 win. James Rodriguez, Lacazette and Mo Salah all on the score sheet to give us a comfortable win, and back-to-back, you know, very crucial back-to-back wins. In the Europa League, though, not as lucky. Lacazette and James Rodriguez managing to score. Those two away goals, though, helped us when we managed to face them in the second leg. 2-0 win for us and helped us go through in the next round. Stoke also, FA Cup 5th round, we managed to beat them 3-0, Lacazette and Jorginho with the brace, and that helped us obviously move into the FA Cup's 6th round. We'll be facing Manchester City, and of course Atletico Bilbao will be in the Europa League for the next round, so hopefully we can win those games as well. But in terms of March, the most important fixture is the Carabao Cup final. That's why we're trying to show you that today. And hopefully we can secure a win and secure the first trophy available to us. But as you can tell, you know, some decent games for our run-in. We talked about the remaining games left. There's not too many now. And really, in terms of the next episode, we're likely to show you the matches in April, which are Southampton and Manchester United back-to-back. They're definitely going to be very important games. But yeah, the run is not too bad. I mean, other than Manchester United, Southampton and Chelsea, it's all pretty average teams, I suppose, mid-table teams. Some relegation candidates in there, of course, as well. But you know, I don't think it's as difficult as before. And I think we can go ahead and just try and see the team that we'll be setting up today. So, of course, we've got our fullbacks. We've got, you know, pretty much everyone available other than Gomez and Arana. And Salah, of course. The only one serious injury is Salah, I suppose, but even that's just 3 to 11 days. We've got Chamberlain, who's a little bit tired. I normally like to have my conditioning on 92%. It's just a single percent. And considering that our first choice option, Salah, is out, might as well just leave Chamberlain there. Got James Rodriguez playing comfortably in the attacking midfield role as well. But in terms of Chamberlain, yeah, just a single percentage. So it's not too bad at all. But yeah, trying to go with as much as possible a full strength team. We've got Lafont in goal because he is our cup goalkeeper. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Tierney. Santos is playing because of course, our injury that we mentioned before, and Virgil van Dijk will be partnering, and hopefully that's good enough for today. Henderson and Naby Keita are going to be our midfield partnership. They're our first choice partnership as well, so they should be able to do a decent job for us and make up for the other players who are obviously absent. In terms of our front four, we've also got we've got James Rodriguez, Chamberlain, Mane and Lacazette, so they are pretty much our first choice other than Chamberlain, and so again, once more, hopefully they can make up for the 1 or 2 spots that are not necessarily our strongest 11. But in terms of setup, pretty much just the standard usual one we're going for, 4-2-3-1, and I think we can just get into it, let the players warm up, and see if we can nick a result as is. But yeah, City playing with a very interesting 4-2-3-1 formation, pretty much the same as ours, and it looks like they're trying to play overlapping partnerships as well. You can see Firmino dropping deep, Danilo and Mendy also playing quite high. You got De Bruyne, who's very decent in goals from midfield, but I think overall you can tell as I show you these you know, City's front four, that we have more goals and assists in our front four than they do, and we definitely should be able to you know, prove that or show our dominance in our front four more than they are. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne, decent stats from midfield, and I think we've got similar stats here from Naby as well, so you can assume that they're both playing these playmaking creative roles. But yeah, time to give the team talk. We have to be a bit assertive in the initial team talk and then passionate in the player team talk. And I think we kind of are favourites, but I do want to just try and encourage my team, and it looks like the team talk works us good, so I just want to get rid of obviously the only commentary and set replays back on, so we'll just do that quickly. We've got goals, keep on direct. We're going to be doing the same thing as last time really, which is 2D classic during the match and 3D replays, and obviously that just helps me tactically. And instead of going with extended highlights, I'll be going with key highlights, as you guys saw there, just to I felt like extended made the episode a bit too long for my liking, and so you know, it makes more sense just to go back on key highlights. But yeah, 2D definitely a lot better when it comes to helping me see things tactically in comparison to 3D. I don't think I'm, you know, I play FM all the time, but in terms of tactics, I'm still fairly new to creating my own and all that sort of business. So yeah, 2D just helps recognizing the weaknesses and strengths in my system. But anyways, we're coming forward here and we're looking really good. Lacazette through to James Rodriguez early. But unfortunately, he missed. And that's just the first clear-cut chance of the game and our first shot, I think. And it's off target, unfortunately. But there is another highlight right away. Question is, will we score for it? Will we get another chance, or is it going to be City's chance? De Bruyne to Sané. Very difficult having Sadio Mane and Leroy Sané on the same pitch. So yeah, hopefully it's our Mane and not their Sané who causes damage, but he's not going to cause any damage on the basis of that losing the ball there and being tackled. De Bruyne, definitely the City's creative hub. I think you can already tell that everything's going through him, and players look to him to play to create something for them. But anyways, Firmino, our former player, dropping deep, plays it really well to Sané, and I think we just have to deal with a cross, and we do, thankfully, from Virgil van Dijk, because for a moment there, it looked like Tierney was struggling when that ball came in. Mane though, doing well to take his man on, but Lacazette's isolated a bit. If he just plays smartly, he won't lose it. He does that to Naby. Trying to hit them on the counter, but they've gotten back into the shape well, and Chamberlain just has to find his fullback. He does. Alexander, far post, Mane! There you go, that's 1-0 in 10 minutes time, and this time the second clear-cut chance we do score. You know, it'd be nice to have two, but we do. The point is, we've gone into the lead, and hopefully we can hold it. But yeah, I wonder if that was a header or a shot. It looked like the ball rise, so it was a high cross initially, but I think it fell to the feet of Sadio Mane. But if it's a header, that's even more impressive. But Chamberlain, good vision to find his fullback. First time cross, and yeah, that's a header. That's really good from Mane. Beat his fullback, I would assume. But there you go, just proof of why I like to have 2D on the key highlights, and then when it shows replays to have 3D. Just it's a nice way to view things. I think it gives everyone a bit of both. You know, some people call for just 2D throughout, and some people call for 3D, just 3D throughout the game as well. But it's nice to give a bit of a balance so everyone's somewhat happy, I suppose. But also helps me as well, of course. Anyway, City getting going right after kickoff. Is it? Don't tell me you're gonna get pinned back already. Oof, that was one hell of a save from Lafont. That was City's first clear-cut chance, and it looks like they're going to get a corner as well. Actually, they should get a corner, but the fact that the corner is highlighted is not too pleasing for me. But yeah, the first clear-cut chance of the game, thankfully, you know, James Rodriguez was guilty of missing a chance earlier from the first clear-cut chance, but this is where Lafont got to show his superiority and his good goalkeeping, even though he's considered a backup and he's playing in the cup final too. Ooh, that's... Oh my god, thank god that was, I'm assuming, Santos who headed that out, and otherwise it could have spelt trouble for us. And City putting on some serious pressure for us here right after scoring. Okay, can we hit them on the counter? No, that's the end of that. Alright then. Okay, the longer this clock ticks down, the better for me. I'd rather not see a single highlight until the 90th minute. But yeah, De Bruyne not having the best of games, I suppose, for City. But you'd expect him to step up. It looks like Illich is actually having the best game from... Oh, Roberts. That's a dangerous free kick by the look of it. And he does score. Questions of whether that was a deflection or not, but that is not a nice way to concede from a set piece. And although they've had more shots and shots on target and even more possession, to be fair to them, City didn't really create much in comparison to us. But yeah, that is a huge deflection. But I guess it was going on target anyways. And Lafonso just jumps around quite stupidly, but they are looking a bit dangerous. I think might drop Henderson into that asymmetric 4-2-3-1. I just want to check if he's still capable. He is still capable. He's still got his 3-star rating, so that's good. We'll just get rid of that mark-specific position as well. So, you know, if he's playing in defensive midfield strata, we don't need to tell him to man-mark the attacking midfield strata because it's just a natural thing that happens. But yeah, it just makes sense that, you know, City have been getting the host of the highlights and still getting one here too. So going into 4-2-3-1 just makes sense, and there you go, nice challenge from Mane, and he can try and get us going in the counter attack as well. But he's gonna have to do better there. Ilic as well, just playing really well. Sané on the ball again, cuts inside to find De Bruyne once more. It's pretty much standard of how they're playing, and gonna have to deal with this well. And there you go, Tierney does. Mane on the way again. This time he has to be a bit smarter than what he did before. Does find James Rodriguez well, and Lacazette holds the ball up. He's going to try and find someone. He does through Chamberlain. We can see a similar score. Nope, Chamberlain goes inside instead. And if that was a shot or a cross, either one was terrible. And he would have been smarter to find one of his teammates at the far post. In fact, Mane. Rodriguez, though, as you can see, 6.4 rating. That's not nice to see at all. He's definitely one of the candidates to be substituted off first. As we head into half-time with statistically, looks like it's pretty even, but of course in terms of chances created, we've looked a hint more dangerous, but the scoreline is 1-1 and that's all that matters. So let's try and inspire our players again, still with the assertive team talk and the passionate player talk, I suppose. And I feel like when you have cup competitions, because you're not home favourites or you're not away underdogs, you have to have this kind of balance. Normally when I'm at home, I like to you know, prove that we're favourites and be very assertive and demanding, and then when we're away from home I try and be passionate and a bit more lenient in my team talks. But because this is played in neutral grounds, it just makes sense to be to have a mix of both. But anyways, as you could probably see, that I went into attacking in the second half. I felt like we could be a hint more attacking. City felt like they were starting to be a bit more dominating in terms of the key highlights being shown. Actually, they're being dominant once here more, but can we deal with it? Firmino, oh, thank God that hit the post. Or the crossbar rather, but Tierney clears it, and really that was a smarter thing to do, but the highlight continues, and now maybe we'll be on the counter. Lacazette, he just has to be a bit smart with how he passes. He plays a safe one to Chamberlain, who loses out, but Henderson's there to pick up the pieces, and Naby can get us going. Mane, he's a bit free. Eventually they come across for him, but just be smart with the ball. Nope, he's tackled again, and that's not too pleasing. He's lost the ball a bit too many times for my liking. I like my players to run at their opposition, but not the way he's been doing today. Roberts with the delivery. Is he going to punish us again? Nope, Virgil van Dijk there. And again we can get going on the counter. And this time Keita plays a quick direct ball to Lacazette. What can the Frenchman do? Takes his man on square to James Rodriguez, who is begging to be substituted. So that's not too good to see him perform like that. But we do have Fornals on the bench if need be. We've got Chamberlain as well performing poorly, so we could consider taking him off alongside James Rodriguez. And 60 minutes now, so we can look to make some changes. So see who deserves to come off. A couple options. Both players tired as well, so you know, do I want to bring off Ken? Yeah, I do want to bring on Ken. I'll just move Mane to the right. He's naturally a winger, but because he cuts inside from both wings, his preferred move, then it makes sense. But yeah, we can also consider taking off Naby for Jorginho or Lacazette, who's had a bit of a quiet game. Not a bad one, a quiet one. We can consider taking him off for Origi if need be. Let's see which one stands out for us. We can make some tactical tweaks as well, let our players be more expressive, to roam from positions more. And I think run at defense seems to be the way to go, really. But I just want to make some, just want to have a look at some tactical adjustments that we can make as well. So just need to encourage our players to cross from deep a bit more. You know, we want to be a bit more direct than we have been. We want to exploit the spaces, which is why we're asking them to cross from deep to, not waste time. And then we can also add, of course, instructions: be more expressive, roam from positions, and then run at defense. Because we weren't doing too poorly other than Mane. So let's see if that helps the players grab a second goal. Not too many highlights though, and City have only made one substitution to our two. 70th minute though, so we can consider making some more changes. I think, you know, we've got Naby or Lacazette, so it's a bit of a tough decision to make. And I think Origi's more likely to score us a goal than Jorginho is, so I think maybe we should go for Origi for Lacazette instead. He's had 70 minutes to make an impression, he hasn't, so maybe Origi can do that. And City with the goal kick. Oh, we're looking to put the pressure on them right away. Stones, loose touch, Origi, can he score? Alright, so he's already had a chance in comparison to Lacazette. Of course he hasn't scored the chance, but to be there and to actually cause, you know, panic in City's ranks is good enough. We're coming up to 80th minute though, so I will look to make some changes. Let's see how this highlight goes first before I go into overload and all that sort of business. Tierney, the nice little switch there earlier from his teammate. And Kent can square it to Keita. Pablo, what can he do? Almost through to Mane. Instead, Mendy picks up pieces, and Sané is the one who's going to try and get City going and counter. They're not really committing many yet, but they are being smart with it. Apparently I've cursed them, so I'm going to try and continue cursing them by saying they're super intelligent, amazing footballers who will 100% win this game. Origi again? Oh my god, he's really picking off the crossbar. His chances coming though. I mean, if he just keeps it up, he's bound to score, or at least set up someone to score. Either way, he's proven to be much more dangerous than Lacazette, and Sané is proven quite dangerous here. Really good tackle from Henderson though. That's the end of that, so let's make some more adjustments. We're going to go into overload and make some tactical tweaks, adding pass into space. I think we can exploit the flanks a bit more as well to bring out more of our wide men. They are quite a dangerous part of our team, and I think that's pretty much it for now. And in, you know, about 85th minute we'll go into take more risks instruction as well, but overload's as risky as it gets, to be honest. Nothing yet though, so we're going to do that again. Let's try and encourage our players to be even more expansive than they've already been and more attacking. I think shoot on sight is also a good thing to do too. So let's see, 2 minutes left. Can we score? It's 5, but City with the corner. Oh my god, there's just pinball, and oh my god, that is such a relief. Apparently the shot clatters off Van Dijk, so am I even saying Van Dijk's name right? I feel like it is Van Dijk, but it's just a funny name that I feel like it makes me feel like I'm saying it wrong. But anyways, are we on the counter? Keita can win it. Yes, he does. Kent is free. He just has to be smart, take his man on, and maybe deliver the cross. Mendy does well there, using all his experience to deal with Kent's threat. But anyways, the highlight still continues, so maybe we'll score with 4 minutes left. Naby, Mane, back to Naby. Come on, find the fullback. Yes, he does. Trent again with the delivery. Kent, he's there, and there you go. It's 2-1. We have to quickly adjust our fullbacks. We have, and well, pretty much everyone. We want to go back and contain, play as safe actually as possible, not less risky. There's a word for less risky, which is safe. So we'll dribble less, we'll work the ball into the box, we'll take a breather, play even safer, get pretty much rid of everything else, and try and contain the City side, who have been dangerous at times. And with just 4 minutes left, you just have to be a bit smart. But there you go, Kent, the substitute, managing to score a goal for us. It's not Origi who did anything there, but Kent and Trent both combining well there, and it is the right back who I would argue is the man of the match, but let's see who it is by the end of the game. But yeah, Naby, really good vision there, and pass as well. He's just drawn in the defender a little bit, which gives Trent a bit more time to deliver the cross. And Kent again with the header. I've never seen my players head like this. They're all quite short and incapable of heading in terms of their attributes, but we've scored 2 headed goals here, or 2 headers, let's just say that. Okay, Pablo's injured, but there's really little time left. Origi attacking midfield? No, let's move him back. Complete forward support is more important overall than attacking midfield in this tactics. So, alright, 96 minutes, 2 minutes and a half overtime, but you have to assume that's because of the injury. But City looking to score in the last moment here. Henderson, just clear it. Nope, back to Alexandra. Okay, I guess we're just playing keep the ball. We're bound to lose it if we're doing this. Come on, just clear it. Henderson, come on, you have to be smarter than that. Your deep line playmaker, you should be clearing it full. Nope, Richards is going to close him down. Okay. Alright, so he's won it, but we've won the game. referees blown the whistle at a weird stage there, but either way, we won the cup. That's all that matters. 2-1, and the first trophy is under our belt, and we can congratulate our players there. Some of them are nervous after winning the game, which is a bit weird. But we can have a quick look at, our next fixture as well. We mentioned, I think we will stick to that Manchester United and Liverpool, what do you call it, fixtures, the double header, because that seems to make the most sense to show you in the next game. Yeah, I mean, it's just good to win the first trophy. Hopefully it can inspire the players to continue. And, in terms of competitions, we haven't done too poorly. I mean, Premier League's still very much there. Southampton are the ones who are initially first the whole time, but Tottenham have capitalised in a similar manner to how we're trying to capitalise. But other cup competitions, we won the Carabao Cup, which wasn't important. Community Shield, not important, we were runners-up. European Champions League, we were knocked out by a really good Celtic side, but it was disappointing to lose that. Europa League, we're in the second knockout round, like we mentioned, but we have to reach the final. Board confidence is good. FA Cup, 6th round, Manchester City, and of course, we're going to try and beat them there again. But yeah, so just going back to the schedule. Of course, decent fixtures coming up, like we mentioned before. If we go through them, we can see. But really, Southampton, Manchester United are the ones to look at, and we are home for both those games. So hopefully we can prove that we're favourites, or just, really make use of that playing at home factor. It is always a factor, of course. There's a lot of factors in football, so let's try and take advantage of that. But yeah, Manchester United, of course, still managed by Jose Mourinho, and it'd be nice to try and get one over that, I suppose, tactical genius, really. And the game is very difficult to beat Mourinho wherever he is, even in previous FM modes. But yeah, I think that's going to be all for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, of course, please hit the like button and subscribe for more Daily Football Manager 2018 content. Of course, as always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and thank you once again for watching.